Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm hopping into a bonus review. I'm going to be looking at Ed Sheeran's latest release, which has been said to be ending his mathematical theme of album titles. This album being his latest release at the time of this recording is Subtract. This album is supposed to be more personal to Sheeran himself, as some of the themes brought up into the tracks revolve around him and his family as well as friends. At the same time, I feel we can relate to these tracks if we are going through the same thing or something similar to what is being talked about. The one downside is that there are some recurring themes throughout some of these tracks. I believe I heard somewhere that he wrote some of these tracks about the same topic. I don't necessarily feel it's a bad thing as long as you can come up with, something different, say, about the same topic, you know, which I feel he does pull off throughout the album. Besides that, I feel there are some songs I truly enjoyed on here, whether they'd be from the standard edition or deluxe edition. I did enjoy that Ed went back to more of a singer-songwriter style, as I did get reminded of his albums Plus and Multiply throughout this listen. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into this album. This is his fifth studio album that was released on May 5th, 2023. The standard edition has a runtime of about 48 minutes, with there being different versions of the deluxe edition. The version I own a copy of, as well as online versions in my region, have a runtime of about 1 hour and 1 minute. I honestly would be displaying the physical copy I have in this video, but of course, with the way I have my current sub, I feel there's not enough room. Again, with how my setup is. Anyways, I'm tempted to move to Japan, as it always seems like they get the most for deluxe editions. Theirs has 24 tracks with a runtime of about 1 hour and 14 minutes. The album also contains 3 singles, being Eyes Closed, Boat, and Life Goes On. The album was produced by Fred again, Max Martin, and Shellback. Before I hop any further into this review, I'd like to say that I did react to this album on stream around the time of its release. However, it was split into 2 parts, with the first part being blocked globally, mainly for copyright claims, and the second part is, still up to my knowledge, but I'm not making anything off of that second part, mainly because of copyright claims. I did praise this album multiple times throughout those live streams for the more acoustic sounding tracks, as I've always enjoyed his albums, Plus and Multiply, as again, I did get reminded of those 2 albums throughout this entire listen. Now I'm going to hop into some of the tracks. We start the album off with Boat. I did react to this track on one of my streams when it was released. I wasn't a huge fan of the track at the time. I have to admit that I did enjoy the acoustic guitar-led instrumental. Vocally, I didn't feel he was too horrible. I kind of feel it's more so lyrics and about how they were written. Uh, and speaking of the lyrics, they're supposed to be more about depression. Uh, I didn't feel they were, too bad, but then again, in a way, they could have been, in a way, more better written, better prepared, and I wish the verses were expanded on just a little bit more. I feel Saltwater is one of my favorites. This is one of the few piano-led tracks we get on the album. Again, it does remind me of his works off Plus and Multiply. I love the emotion on this track. The meaning of the track is supposed to be about suicide and the final moments of life. I feel this track is trying not to give up, as there's so many things out there to look at, to explore, to do. You think you aren't meant to be here, but there's many things out there that need love from you or need you in some shape or form. I don't feel Eyes Closed is a bad song, but I wish there was just a little bit more of something during the chorus, as this has more of a pop sound, and one of the more pop sounding songs on this album. However, I do enjoy Ed's vocals on the track. Lyrically, it's about losing someone, whether it be from death or an end of a relationship, and you're not sure what to do from there. You really want to see this person again and hope to bump into them somewhere. For Ed, the song is about the death of a friend. Originally, this track started as a collaboration between Ed Sheeran and Max Martin in 2018. It originally was going to be a love song as well. Uh, then it was changed last year in 2020 by Ed and Aaron Desner with different instrumentation and lyrics detailing the loss of a friend. Life Goes On is another acoustic guitar led track. I personally don't mind the track. Lyrically, it's another track written about his friend Jamal Edwards, who passed away. I can get that feeling in the lyrics. It makes me think about the people in my family who had passed that I miss, as well as any friends who had left me for whatever reason. Dusty, not being one of my favorites off this album, seems to be a little bit more of a playful track. Um, I don't feel this track really fits the whole theme of the album. I feel it's just one of those tracks that was just placed here as some sort of placeholder in a way. But yeah, lyrically, this track is more so hanging out with his kids and family and wanting to see what they want to listen to, Ed picks out Dusty Springfield and plays the record he has. Now I'm hopping down to Borderline. I feel it had a decent instrumental. I'm not a huge fan of his vocals at times on this track, but I say they're not the worst either. I feel Vega was enjoyable. I did enjoy the instrumental. I feel the track is about trying to figure out what's wrong and how to feel better. Lastly, I'm going to hit on the closing track of the standard edition, being The Hills of Aberfeldy. This track is over 10 years old and has now become an official release on one of his studio albums. And I got looking around online, and this track has always meant to be on this album, Subtract, whenever it came out, which, was uh, last month. But yeah, this track is about a love that could continue in the cold. I did feel this was a decent closer. I also enjoyed uh, his vocals on this track. I guess I'll hit on one or two bonus tracks for you guys, as I rarely ever do this in any of my videos. But my favorite bonus track has to be Stoned. I feel this uh, is a great track with instrumentation and vocals. Lyrically, it's about watching friends and even family move on and do things they enjoy in life, as well as do better for themselves. They are going out, living their lives, and doing well, while you're here trying to figure everything out and what you want to try and do. I definitely feel I relate to this, as I'm here watching people I want to school with move out, get married, start a family, and all that different stuff, while I'm here still trying to figure out what I want to do. And one of the ways to essentially escape this reality is doing things like drinking alcohol, which I occasionally do, and I feel is kind of hinted at throughout the lyrics of this track. Now, I'm going to close us out with Moving. I'm not the biggest fan of this track, but I figured I'd hit on this track. Uh, this is probably one of my least favorite of the bonus tracks, as I personally didn't care for his falsetto vocals that appear on the track, which is one of my few complaints of this track itself. My favorite tracks are Saltwater, Life Goes On, Sycamore, and Stone. Say I'll be giving this a 3.5 out of 5. I don't necessarily feel it's a bad album, but I don't feel it necessarily reaches the heights of some of his older works. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. As usual, feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. It sucks that this is probably going to be the last math-themed album Ed is going to be releasing. In the future, I would have liked to do some type of Matrix themed album review if he ever did a album called Matrix or Matrices. Um, anyways, next week I'll be looking at Kids See Ghosts by Kids See Ghosts.